Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ainun. I'm a 4th semester student of English Education Department at Zainuddin'S Islamic University. And on this occasion, I would like to do my assignment that given by Mr. Zainuddin MPD, and it's a presentation. But before that, let me deliver my respect and my thanks. First of all, respectable Kiai Haji Muhammad Hasan Mutawakil Allah SHMM and Honorable Dr. Abdul Aziz Sohab MAG as Director of Zainul Hasan Genggong Islamic University, and the last is Mr. Zainuddin MPD as our lecturer of this subject, speaking class. Okay, now we move to the presentation and explanation. I want to explain and present about the scope of public speaking, and this all including about the background and the definition, and some experts who define public speaking, and the last is public speaking as a means of communication. Okay, the first is about the background and the definition. The term of public speaking originates from rhetoricians who mean public speaking the same thing, namely the art or skill of speaking or giving a speech that has developed since the century before Christ. The true meaning of rhetoric is the development of the highest human talents, namely reason and taste, through language as the ability to communicate in the medium of thought. In the 20th century, rhetoric took advantage of developments in modern science, especially behavioral sciences such as psychology and sociology. The term rhetoric began to be shifted or began to be changed to speech communication or oral communication, or better known as public speaking. Okay, the second is about the recent rhetorical figures. The first is James A. Winans. In his book Public Speaking 1917, used the psychology of William James and E.B. Titchener. According to James' theory, action is determined by attention. Winans defines persuasion as the process of cultivating attention. Okay, the second is Charles Henry Wilbert, who was also the founder of the Speech Communication Association of America. The psychology that influenced it was behaviorism from John B. Watson. Wilbert views speech communication as a behavioral science. Speech is an expression of personality, and logic is the main basis of persuasion. Okay, the next the third is William Norwood Briggins. In contrast to or different from Wilbert, who emphasized logic, Briggins emphasized the desire factor as the basis of persuasion. Okay, the fourth and the last is Alan H. Monroe. In his book, Principles and Types of Speech, in the middle 20, Monroe and his staff researched the motivation process. Suffices Monroe's way of message organization. According to Monroe, messages must be structured based on the human thought process, which he calls the motivated sequence. Okay, and the last is public speaking as a means of communication. Public speaking is also a means of communication that requires or needs feedback by involving some elements of communication, such as the communicator or message deliverer, or usually called a public speaker, and then the message or things conveyed, and the communicant, namely receiver of the message, or we can say the audience. Okay, I think that's all from me. If you find any mistake from my speaking, I ask your pardon. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.